Today on Unsolved Florida, we are crossing state lines into Louisiana. I discovered this case when I was researching the John Doe from 1989 and thought it was so interesting that I wanted to share with you guys. While this is technically a solved case, the remains have never been found. In Baton Rouge, 1984, a successful businessman walks out of the Night Spot Lounge and into a humid Louisiana night, never to be seen again. What followed was a decades-long legal odyssey that redefined the meaning of justice. For 30 years, two suspects danced with the law, arrested once, then twice, and then finally convicted of a brutal murder. However, Gary Keegan has never been found. How do you prove a murder without a body, and where is Gary? Today on Unsolved Florida, we're crossing state lines to peel back the layers of a 30-year-old mystery filled with bloodstains, legal loopholes, and a family still waiting for the truth to rise to the surface. So let's dive in. Gary Keegan was born on October 2, 1955 in Detroit, Michigan. Beyond the tragedy of his 1984 disappearance, Gary's life was defined by a classic American success story, a deep bond with his younger brother, and a relentless drive for business. His childhood was shaped by early loss. His father passed away from a heart attack just one day after his younger brother Ted was born. This is his younger brother Ted and his wife. Raised by a single mother who worked as a professional seamstress, his family faced significant financial struggles. Gary stepped up early, becoming a father figure to Ted. The two brothers were so close they even developed their own secret language as children. Gary was a natural entrepreneur. Before the burger empire, he and Ted worked in multi-level marketing where they first found success. In 1977, Gary moved to Louisiana after a friend suggested he look into the potential of the Sonic drive-in franchise. I know all of y'all have heard of Sonic. While Ted was known as the nuts and bolts operator, Gary was considered the vision guy. He negotiated a massive development agreement to build restaurants across the New Orleans area, a bold move at the time. Starting from scratch, the brothers eventually bought out their employer and grew their business to 14 locations within just a few years. At the time of his death, Gary was a wealthy and highly respected figure in the Louisiana business community. He was married to a lady named Susie, and they had a young son named Wade. In fact, Gary went missing just one day before Wade's 10th birthday. Gary and his family were active members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Both Gary and Ted were fully commissioned deputies with the Acadia Parish Sheriff's Department, showing his commitment to his community just beyond his business interest. So here's where the story gets interesting. On November 28, 1984, Gary was leaving the lounge and was accompanied by Layla Erica Mola, a teenage exotic dancer at the time. Gary, who was married, had begun a secret life Ted, his brother, knew nothing about. Gary was frequenting a strip club in the North Baton Rouge area, about 10 miles from his home, and he was spending time with this 19-year-old dancer and prostitute. Erica was unusual in that she was actually an honor student and a violin prodigy and the daughter of a local physician. This is her mugshot from the 80s, and this is what she looks like today. Allegedly that night, Gary was carrying $2,000 in cash when he disappeared, and his late model pink Cadillac was later found abandoned with puddles of blood in the trunk. Authorities right away believed Erica and her boyfriend, Ronald Delton Dunnigan, murdered Keegan. They fled the area for Las Vegas, Nevada after his disappearance. When authorities searched Erica and Ronald's apartment, they found evidence of a violent struggle, including bloodstains. Entries in Erica's diary also indicated she was planning on killing Gary. Erica and her boyfriend were arrested and charged with murder, but then when they were questioned by the police, Erica implicated Donald in the crime. However, both defendants were released 3 months after their arrest and the charges were dropped. You might be asking, why? Well, Erica refused to testify against Donald, and Gary's body could not be found, even after one of the most extensive searches in Baton Rouge history. Prosecutors did not believe they had enough evidence to convict the two of the murder, and the case just went cold. 25 years later, in December of 2012, Erica and Donald were rearrested for Gary's murder. Authorities stated DNA typing was able to prove it was Gary's blood inside the apartment, which gave them the proof they needed. He was charged with first-degree murder, and Erica was charged with second-degree murder. Both of them were also charged with simple robbery for the $2,000 and conspiracy. The grand jury didn't indict Donald, however, and he was released. Erica pleaded guilty to manslaughter in the spring of 2014 and agreed to cooperate in the case against Donald. And with the additional evidence, he was indicted. So Erica stated that they poisoned Gary's wine and then Donald smothered him. Donald allegedly cut him up and placed him into trash bags, dropping them into random dumpsters around the city, hence why no body was ever found. She testified against Donald at his trial in 2015, and he was convicted of second-degree murder, which in Louisiana carries a sentence of life in prison. Through the decades, Gary's brother Ted has been a huge advocate for him and for his case. However, one thing still remains: Gary's body has never been found. And if we are to believe what Donald and Erica have told us, his body will likely never be recovered. I just thought this case was very interesting, the fact that the charges were dropped 25 years ago, and now because of blood DNA, they were able to charge Donald and Erica. I just cannot imagine being Gary's family, especially his brother Ted, going so many years without justice when you knew who committed the crime. There is a really good book written about Gary's story. If you guys are interested, it's on Amazon. And if you know me, you know that I never victim blame, but I'm gonna say a piece of advice: don't be going to strip clubs when you're married and you have children at home. Probably should not be going to strip clubs anyway. But I did find this case very interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. 2 people who just killed for the thrill of it. I really don't even think they cared about the $2,000. Let me know what you think in the comments. And this week I have upcoming the 1990s series, which will be several videos about people who disappeared in the 1990s in Central Florida. I can't wait for you guys to watch. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you soon.